Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk to you about 5 things confident singers do. In my opinion, there are 2 types of confidence that we all have. We have fake confidence and we have genuine confidence. Now, you probably have heard of the fake it till you make it mindset, right? This happens when maybe we don't feel as confident about something. Maybe we forgot something. We made a mistake, right? You're in choir and you're singing and you forgot the words, so you just watermelon, 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 right? And you pretend that you know what you're doing, right? This is fake it till you make it confidence. And this is nice for those days where we feel a little like we're lacking, but it still kind of helps push us through. However, this type of confidence is very uncertain, and this is not a type of confidence we want to have often. We want to have genuine confidence, and genuine confidence comes from the 5 things that I'm going to discuss with you today. So the first thing that confident singers always do to remain confident is to have excellent posture. Now, if you walk into a rehearsal with professional singers, you're going to notice everybody is sitting tall, everybody is standing tall. This just exudes confidence because your shoulders are back, your chest is lifted, right? That commands respect. However, this is not all for show. Professional confident singers know that their body is an instrument, and there is a very specific way that an instrument has to be held in order to make the maximum sound, right? With a flute player, you don't see a flute player running around playing a bent or broken flute, right? You don't see a trumpet player playing a straightened out trumpet. The structure is very integral to the sound that the instrument needs to make. And for singers, a straight, elongated body is going to maximize resonance and projection and power. The second thing that confident singers do is dress for the occasion. They're always presentable. If they're performing at the Grammys, they have a big, beautiful gown or maybe a tuxedo. If they're a country singer performing at a venue, then they've got this kind of nice rustic look, maybe some cowboy boots. If they're a jazz singer, maybe they've got a beautiful sassy dress or a nice top with a jacket and some nice trousers or slacks. And if it's a church, they're covered up in more modest looking clothing. And it's very important to make sure that when you are invited to perform somewhere, you are dressing the part. So I remember one time I was performing at a church and it was going to be filmed, and I had a beautiful outfit on. I was feeling really good. I was getting ready with my sound check, and somebody had mentioned that my shirt was see-through in the stage lights. Oh my gosh, I was such a wreck. And so somebody gave me a scarf that I could wear over my shirt, but it didn't match at all, and it just didn't look good. And oh, I was so frustrated, and I had all these thoughts in my mind, and then I'm like pulling and tugging and just irritated and feeling guilty that I was flashing people on stage during my sound check, right? And so all these things detracted from my confidence. However, at another conference that I sang at in Delhi, India, I made sure that I had clothes that were culturally appropriate and that were appropriate for the venue I was speaking at. So I went out shopping with some of the locals, and they took me to buy the most beautiful ruby red sari. And I remember getting on stage, I had my beautiful wrap, and I just felt wonderful. And the whole time I was able to focus on what I was saying and singing, and it was just a really wonderful time. So confident singers know that if they want to have their full focus on their performance, they need to be dressed for the occasion, and they don't need to be pulling on their clothes. Everything should fit nice and comfortably and really send that message that they're trying to get across as a performer. All right, number 3 is a big one. Confident singers always come prepared. Have you ever attended a rehearsal where you forgot your music binder, you forgot your pencil, or you were running late, right? And then you come in and everyone's looking at you all frustrated, right? That you don't have what you're supposed to have. Or worse, you didn't study your lyrics and you weren't ready to perform, and then you make all these mistakes. Ugh, that's because in those moments we are not prepared, and that detracts from our confidence. I remember there was a group that I was a part of, and I just didn't know a lot about preparing myself. Like, yes, I sang through the songs, and yes, I showed up to the practices, but I didn't fully understand what it took to really participate in this group at my maximum potential. So I came in and I was singing wrong notes, I was singing wrong words, and in my mind I'm thinking, well, I just don't have time to just have everything down perfect. And oh, I'm coming from work, that's why I'm 5 to 10 minutes late. And with that kind of attitude, it really put a lot of negativity into the group, and I often felt like left out. I felt like nobody liked me. I do remember leaving that group and thinking, oh, they just don't like me. It's personal, or oh, they're haters. They don't deserve me. In reality, if I would have done my due diligence, which I know now, and if you've been in this situation, you probably know too, I know now, it's important for performers to do the less glamorous parts of being performers, such as printing out a set list, searching for the music that you're performing, printing off the sheet music, bringing your pencil, making marks, and putting your time in and making sure you show up on time. Now there's groups that I sing in these days, now that I'm all seasoned and I am mostly prepared when I perform, and I do see people who share those traits that I used to have, and I try to, be understanding and show my support, because this is a learning process. But I do, when I come to my practices, I feel confident, I feel great, and all those who come prepared, they have this excellence about them, and they're ready to go, and that makes them confident. Now, the next one is arriving on time. This is very, very important, especially if you are somebody performing at a venue. I remember one time I was at a performance with my band and we had a sound check, and the group before us had arrived pretty late, maybe like 20 minutes, and the producer told them to leave. He said, if you want to perform, you arrive on time. I was so glad that I had my stuff together, that I was arriving on time. Because when we show up on time, it shows others that we respect them. When you're running late, you get sloppy, you drop things, you spill things on your clothes, you're rude to people, right? This whole tardiness thing, it really affects a singer's confidence and performance. When you arrive on time, with maybe 10 to 15 minutes to spare, you have time to get in the zone, to stretch, to greet people, to network, and just really establish yourself as a confident performer. And people will see that you're respecting their time, and they'll ask you back. And that feels good, and that leads to confidence. All right, the fifth and final thing that confident singers always do is they practice more than repertoire. Now, there's a lot of singers out there, myself included at times, where we get our music that we're supposed to perform and we spend all of our time just singing through the song. Press play, sing. Press play, sing. Now, that's helpful, but there's a lot of other work that needs to be done to be a confident singer. Confident singers know that the most time should be spent on caring for and conditioning their instrument. What do I mean by that? Well, our body is an instrument. Time needs to be spent strengthening the diaphragm. Time needs to be spent strengthening the muscles that hold the body nice and straight, right? On top of this, there needs to be time for singing exercises of flexibility and pitch and resonance. All these things come together in the repertoire. So, confident singers are mindful of these things, and they take care of the whole picture. So that way, when they come in to perform, everything's in place, everything's ready to go, and all they have to do is focus on enjoying themselves and sharing what's inside of them. Being a confident singer is a full-time job. To have genuine confidence, time and love must be spent on preparing the body to be an instrument of magnificence. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please give me a like and click that subscribe button. And if you would like to have access to more material as it is coming out, go ahead and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing. My name is Jaden, and I will see you next time on Sing with Jaden.